Hello. Wow. All three of them. How lucky am I? How lucky am I? Uh, Invitation to let your breath find you in a little bit of a deeper way. Invitation to put your phone out of your eye line. Mm. And just start to notice. Notice what kind of breaths your body calls for. Notice any parts of your mind that want to figure out or understand why your body wants those breaths and just let that soften. Mm. And just without any reason or without any logic, just let your body, let your system take what it wants and have what it needs through your breath, through your movements. Mm. And just a few more cycles like this, letting the breath, letting the process of arriving become even easier. Mm. Uh, Really good. Hmm. I'm going to invite you to turn your gaze away from the screen and towards something in your space that feels good to engage with your eyes. I have a little jar of flowers that I cut yesterday morning. And just taking a few moments here, a few cycles of breath to connect into resource with this spot. And we've been practicing just subtly this technique of breathing in and allowing that resource to come in through the eyes. And then on the exhale, letting the tissues behind the eyes and the eye sockets soften. Almost like you're letting that resource fall into the center line. And just notice how you feel here. Notice that you might even, while you're taking these last few breaths with this resource, you might even be able to feel or to sense the screen, the other people on the screen, the other people on camera, the other women here. And over the course of the next three breaths, you're just going to start to softly come toward the screen and just notice what happens in your field, what happens in your body. Mm. And maybe just not even looking directly at the screen, maybe just kind of letting your eyes come near. Mm. And then as you're ready, coming fully to the other women present here. And again, just doing your best to, and this is just a practice, right? But doing your best to both receive here, receive the image, receive the presence of the women here with you, and then also to stay attuned to your own system. Stay with your own breath. And just a few more moments of both receiving the women here and being received, letting yourself be received. Yeah, so good. So good. And then I just want you to shift into the chat here and describe what you're coming in with in your system and your body. If there's any dominant thoughts or tones that you're coming in with. I'm coming in with my lower body, really my womb, my like low womb, really heavy today. Like luteal, la 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 la, ready to chill. I notice heart widening excitement when tuning in, you ladies. Tense shoulders, Jeannie's share on tense shoulders just made me realize that I was clenching my jaw. Ah, Haley's feeling ease, excitement, movement, slight soreness in my throat. I like movement. That makes me like, yeah, feel my shoulders, feel my neck. Feeling a lot of energy in my chest, in my face. A lot of forward motion, anticipation of my day. Yeah, I notice it makes me want to stretch backwards. One of my favorite things about these spaces is that with women who are open to practicing attunement, practicing sensitization, that these calls and these shares, they really just get to be an opportunity for you to continue to track yourself in the presence of others and based on the unfolding information from other people, right? It's very relative. And I love, love, love that about kind of the undertone of these spaces. Makes me really happy. As we're going, if there's anything that as one person shares, you notice something else in your body, really continuing to invite you to like anchor that, share that, open that in the chat. Knowing that again, like Jeannie shares made my body do this. Oh, then I realized, okay, my jaw was tight. And oh, I want to really like massage that. Wow. Like the information and the attunement that each of you have is going to inform all the rest of us in a way that's positive, right? In a way that's positive, even if it makes us notice pockets of our body that are holding tension, holding pain, holding frustration, we get to address those things, right? We're expanding each other's consciousness by sharing. So, invitation that when you're coming through today's call and through all of these calls, continue to share those pieces as they come. Someone says something and you're like, whoa, my whole, right shoulder, left shoulder just really wanted to like unwind and roll itself out. You're expanding the consciousness of the shared field that we're in. Yeah. So this gets to be like this shared practice of attunement, both to our shared field and to ourselves, which I love. Okay. So today we are going to use this call as just kind of like a marker call. So this will be our last live call of this second module. So we'll continue with this tone of leadership, specifically in the chat thread, wanting to continue to see what you guys are up to, what you guys are celebrating in that show off thread, right? What you're practicing, where your leader is bringing you into. But today we are going to be calling the directions. Such a good marker, such a good anchor And then we'll have time afterwards for shares. So I am excited. And what I want to invite you to do while we're calling the directions is to turn your cameras off. And I continue to ask for your trust on this because I know that having cameras on can sometimes feel good and like connective. And I just want to invite you guys to continue to lean into the connection that's outside of the visual sense with each other. All right, loves. Ah, I notice a little bit more sensitivity coming online in my central column as the camera comes off. I notice my legs, my thighs coming on a bit more. All right, to the east, you can either turn yourself in the direction of the east, turn to face the east in some way. There's so many different lineages, so many different traditions that connect to the directions in different and unique ways. This process, this practice is coming from my mentor, whom I cherish so deeply. But the East here in this lineage, in this tradition, the direction of the rising sun. The East, the direction of a new day, the direction of a little baby's laugh. My favorite image of the East is a baby deer starting to stand on its legs for the first time, coming out of its curled, little tucked in birth posture into its first moments of standing, of walking. In the East, the direction both of courage and of unsteadiness, of new ventures, new postures. For me, I feel a hopefulness in the East. I feel an optimism in the East. Also, sometimes if my child's more online, I feel anxiousness in the East. So just taking a few breaths and just opening yourself, opening your system to the presence of the East, and noticing where in your life is facing the direction of the East right now. Where in your life is this East energy alive? For me, as of about an hour ago, am home by myself for 2 weeks. And this little pocket of time and this little pocket of pregnancy, which will be also in the midst of me entering my 3rd trimester of this first pregnancy. There's a very like east facing sense here. I feel like a lot of excitement and a lot of possibility. It's another word that I really feel in the East is possibility. Something's opening up. I also feel definite moments of like, oh gosh, am I going to be okay? Just including that child consciousness. So just noticing where in your life is in the East. And then when you've noted it, just throwing it in the chat. Throwing it in the chat where you notice the East. Butterflies in my stomach listening to you share. Yeah. I love that. Love that tracking. Maybe you notice a sensation in your body as you face the East. I feel kind of a fluttering in my chest, really in my front part. I notice a little bit of like, A little bit, it might be clenching in my back heart when I'm facing the east right now. Showing up in person in the community, live, face to face, leading. Excitement in my face, nervousness for committing my time and energy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the East for me definitely holds flavors of that child consciousness so often, so normal, right? Child consciousness. Oh, one of the clearest, most common pockets, not even most common, one of the places that child consciousness will rise is in newness. Anytime you're headed into something new, you're going to notice the child consciousness more. Something wants to come through of me sharing, creating, building, being of service. Yeah, Haley, that makes me curious if that's connected to what you had shared about where you're going in like your work. I remember you saying that there was like a blaring light or a red light or a flashing light or something like that in your work. It was like calling for your attention. Andrea, in the East, my relationship to wealth, expansion of my leadership into the online realm, leading group retreats. Hello. Ooh, I noticed my whole back heart just woof online when I read that last bit of leading group retreats for you, Andrea. Really good. Really good noticing. So just taking one more breath with the East and just such gracious thanks, gratitude to the East for shining new light on new places. Shining new light on new places, even though sometimes that feels scary or nerve-wracking, it's also so life-giving. Yeah, love that, Jeannie. Taking one more breath in with the East. Almost feeling like the sun on your face. Feeling the sun, the rising sun of the East on your face. The fresh morning sun, the one that's not too hot yet. Just sweet touch. Beautiful. And then gently, slowly, turning to face the south. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, Haley, good. Turning to face the south, the south, the south, the south, the south, the direction of the snake. The direction of what my mentor calls feminine initiation, the goddess herself initiating you. I've had phases of my life that feel like I live in the South, that I've built myself a little home in the South. And those times are fucking hard. Fucking hard when you are deep in a south facing pocket, the south, the direction of getting grown, getting matured, but in the flames of the transformational fire, right? The Agni, the transforming element. I notice suddenly as I start to talk about the Agni, about the fire, my arms start to like tingle almost like flames are licking up toward my shoulders. Really good tracking in the thread, really good tracking in the chat, really good. Ah, ah. Just taking a breath with the South. I feel myself smiling more often than I do as I'm facing her because the South has been kind of gentle with me in the last month. Stirring in my belly, tongue out. Oh, fuck yeah. I feel the flames in the South too. Ooh, yeah. Starting to bring that heat to my face and just taking another breath with the South as you notice or continue to notice and track how your body responds to being in the South, to facing the South, to looking at her directly. Ah, my knees come online. Mm. Mm. My knees come online in the way that I'm like, kneeling to her, submitting to her, humbled. Let's fucking go, warrior, shoulders, cheeks, heart trembling. Phew, hoo, hoo, hoo. Woo, woo, woo. Janie bringing that true warrior energy. Oh, tension in my head and up my spine. Yeah, including that. Absolutely including that. Makes me wanna kind of find a sway side to side with my shoulders. Ah, taking another breath. Oh. With the South, as you notice where in your life is the South with you? Where in your life is the South working you? Where is the goddess working you? Whoa, 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 whoa. For me, it's this entering into this phase of pregnancy. For me, it's what feels like a dissolution of my brand, even though I know or I perceive that from the outside, it might not even look like much is changing or much will change over this year. My mind wants to think that, but my body, my system can feel this dissolution of my brand occurring, and that feels fucking insane. That feels totally like I want to throw up. That makes my teeth want to grind. Yeah. Uh-huh. So noticing where in your life the South is either got you by the ankles, hanging you upside down already, or where she is starting to wrap her hands, wrap her fingers around you and pull you into her. Goddess be working me in sex, money, and self-belief. Yeah. That sex, money, and self-belief, that sounds like a book I want to read or a post I want to read from you, Jeannie. All of my relationships. It makes me want to like put my hands flat on the table and just, oh yeah, a huge call to take responsibility for my discomfort and stories. That made me feel my lungs, like the flesh of my lungs. Also, all of my relationships, especially my relationship to the masculine. Oh, yeah. There go my knees again. So just taking a breath, a moment or a few moments with the South, and just to your best in this next breath, can you find a posture? Yeah, Jeannie, exactly. Can you find a posture of a little bit more submission? I just noticed my thighs release their tension at that. My palms want to open, my knees want to open. I'm just feeling this acknowledgement that God consciousness, that goddess, like her cells are in us, but also that I'm like, oh God, I'm so humble before you. I'm so fucking humble before you. Palms open, softening in the front body. Yeah, so beautiful. That just gave me tingles all over my sides. Ah, 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 ah. Yeah, and just including any child consciousness that just wants to run and scream from the South. wants to run and scream from the south. Any parts of the child consciousness that just want to absolutely revolt from the south, and just including those. Ah, ah, makes so much sense why she's fucking intense. I'm taking one more breath here. The humility, the humbleness. Whew. My inner thighs up to like the edges of my vulva really just let go. Ah, thank you, Self. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Goodness gracious. Oh, and then turning as all things do toward the west. Toward the west. Oh my goodness, the direction where everything in the south eventually goes, because this is a cycle. This is the natural cycle, right? Everything in the east will at some point find itself in the south. Everything in the south will at some point shift itself into the west. The west, the direction of the gorgeous colors of daytime, of afternoon light. Oh, the direction of sweetness, sweetness of ripened fruit, things that have come to ripeness. The word delicious lives here in the West for me. The direction of the exhale, of the, oh, yay. Oh, the direction of feeling satisfied. Direction of the laughter and relief. Ooh. The direction of the thing you've been praying for happening, the answered prayer. That's my favorite way to feel the West, is the answered prayer, the gifted prayer. It's grace. Grace lives here in the West. And we live in a culture that many parts of it do their best to distract us from this direction, from the West. And so just notice that it might be taking you even a little bit more time for your body to really truly open itself to the presence of the West. I just noticed my eyes widened a little bit. I'm feeling an innocence here, an innocence in getting what you want. So many answered prayers around community this year. That makes me so warm. My whole central channel so warm to read that, Haley. Noticing how your body might even shift itself over these next few breaths to be even more here, even more open and available to the West. I notice a little bit of child consciousness that just rose for me, of like parts that just don't believe, parts that don't believe in the West. And so just including that, I'm including that. Whole body washed over with tingles from front to back. Yummy. That makes my mouth start to water. I had one leg crossed. I notice I want to uncross that leg, open my pelvis to the west. And then I want you to just, there's more breath that wants to come here. Maybe it's for you too. I'm really finding that there's way more breath that wants to come here. Appreciation, living in Savannah with a daily view of the sunset over the marsh. That sounds delicious. Collarbones widening, toes tingling, stomach clenched. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ah, ah. Just taking a few maybe wider, bigger breaths. If you're like, nah, Ellie, that's just you that needs that, and you need some soft, quiet ones, you do you. Ah. Ooh, 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 yeah, this one's just bringing a fucking ton of sensation in my body today. Ah, and then coming in the chat, and we're gonna spend a little bit of time here. So just dropping, laughing and laughing. Yeah. Dropping in the chat, what's in the West for you? What's in the West for you? Oh, for me, it's Haley, what you said about the South, taking responsibility for my own discomfort and my own fucking shit in my relationships. That's in the West for me. And that feels like I could die right now. That was in the South for a good long time for me. Woo-wee. Wow. What's in the South is my plants in my kitchen. They are looking sexy and healthy. Or rather, what's in the West? What's in the West for me is the rainbows that come through my windows in the morning. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad, Haley. What's in the West for me is my chickens that I now trust enough to let them roam around the yard all day long. Friendships are in the West. Yay, Janie. Ah, what else? What else? The river right outside my window. You angel woman, you deserve every river right outside your window. Ah, what's in the West is the support that I've hired so far for pregnancy. Oh, what's in the West is my midwife that I just found. Keep going. Keep going in the chat. Communicating my needs in work partnerships. Yay. What's in the West is my one-on-ones. Mentorship, baby. Same. Having mentorship in the West is too good. In times when I've been like, everything in my fucking life is in the South, the one thing that I've just scraped onto is mentorship in the West. Did out a mentorship, the coolest fucking clients I get to work with. Yes, keep going. What else? We're just gonna wash, 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 wash in the South. Rather the West. Oh my gosh, me in the South. What's in the West is the colors of my home. The amount of money in my bank right now, bang, bang. That makes my butt want to shake. My courage and audacity. Audacity. Makes me want to stand up straighter. I love where I live, my ability to avoid this, my ability to enjoy the seasons here. Oh, yes, I agree. The West for me is so the seasonality. I'm officially debt free. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started. Just kidding. Get me started. That also makes me want to shake my ass. My relationship to plants. Ooh, yeah. We'll just go a little bit longer here. My relationship to my pregnant body is in the West right now. That feels so good. I definitely had a season of South with that, kind of in the later beginning stage. My body, my health, my zest for life. My relationship with my mom is in the West. That feels good. That was about 8 years in the South. Ah, the gifts I'm getting in this pregnancy, my friggin' baby registry is in the West. My community of sister witches, yummy. My sense of worthiness and security in self has increased so much. Okay, one more. Everybody want more. Everybody want more. I could stay here all day. Something about my practice. My practice is in the West. My practice as a woman is in the West. It's changing so much. Clouds, birds, relationship to my practice. Yeah. That I truly, and I truly have everything I need. It's not just a mantra. That is also a piece of content that I would want to read from you. Yeah, to that sweating face. Whoever put that on there. Woo! That makes me want to raise my hands up. All right. Just the last few breaths with the West. Oh, sweet West. Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you for what you do to us when we take the time to be with you. Thank you so much. Massive tingles on my shins right now. Thank you. This call is in the West. Yeah. I love that. That makes me happy. That makes me smile. And then just really acknowledging the West in any way that feels right for you, whether it's palms open. I notice I want to get my elbows away from my body so my like armpits are open. Whether it's a bow, a smile, a wave, whatever feels right. Thank you, West. Mm. And then shifting as everything in the West will, as everything in your life will, as you and I and all of us will, shifting one day into the North, the direction of death itself. I notice a shyness in myself today as I turn toward the North. The North, the direction of the close, the direction of nightfall, the direction in this tradition of the eagle, the one who can see everything, the direction of perspective. I feel often grief in the North. I notice today I also feel very awake with the North. Feel gravity. Feel my belly get heavy. Yeah, eyes sharpen. Tear from my left eye. Yeah, thank you for that. Quiet companionship. Woo, that does something to so many random places of my body. Yeah, the North, the direction that really is walking with us every day. It's the direction of an earthly quiet that borders right on the edge of a non-earthly quiet. Sound coming into silence, the tone of a bell ringing out. Just noticing here if there's anything else that's happening in your body, in your system. I notice I want to shift my posture even more to be even more with the North. Mm. I notice a feeling like I'm in a holy place, like a quiet reverence. Looking from the north to the east for a second made me tear up. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a quietness in my being. Yeah. Grief for change. Uh-huh. That piece from the north to the east, that's really with me, Haley. Because the north and the east, they're the two different sides of a door, right? The east is new life coming out of the portal, out of the door, out of the womb. And the north is things going back in to the door, into the portal, into the womb. Yeah. So just taking another breath here with the north. And then noticing what in your life is either coming into the north or is fully in its north. What in your life is in the process of dying or has died? And oftentimes I'll practice putting this in the language of my relationship to blank. My relationship to fighting with my partner as it has been is dying, really has died. I would say it's just in its last death rattle breaths. Child consciousness dominating my decision making. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if you guys notice the shift between child consciousness dominating my decision making and my relationship to child consciousness dominating my decision making. I wonder if you can feel that difference. Um, yeah. Yes, exactly, Andrea. There's a softness to adding the relationship piece. My relationship to playing small or positioning myself under someone else. My relationship with my partner as I knew it. Whew, holding you in that, my love. Ah, yeah, there's a piece, and this feels for me kind of on a south north axis, but just really this the part of my maiden that exists without my mother fully alive. I know that some piece of her or some expression of her is dying. So my relationship to my maiden is dying, but she feels like in the early stages, really just in this last week of pregnancy, I've really started to feel her almost like it's like she's like fallen ill, quote unquote. My relationship to not wanting to be responsible. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. So much room for that piece of child consciousness, that piece of the child that just doesn't want to be responsible. My relationship to the unknown and needing to know what's coming next. My relationship to grief. Um, Taking a big breath here. Yes, to the unknown as well. Mm. Noticing too that there are some things that are moving into the north or that are in the north that feel like deeply grief filled. And that there are other things that move into the north that feel like a massive relief. Yeah, that death and that dying, there's an interesting presence to both grief and relief here. Hmm. And maybe even just noting like where or which things in your north are like griefy or more toned by grief, and which ones are more toned by relief. Like for me, this my relationship to conflict with my partner, fighting with my partner, that one I'm so profoundly relieved that this piece is dying. I'm like in full, deep gratitude to the North for taking this piece from me. So thankful. Oh, being able to sit comfortably with grief is in itself a massive relief for me. Absolutely, Haley. Yeah. So that relationship to grief is feeling like a relief. Yeah. Yeah. Whereas for me right now, the piece of the maiden or this version of my maiden, my relationship to her that's dying, that feels griefy right now. Yeah. Few more moments here. With the north. Ah. Blah, 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 blah. Mm. Notice the back of my heart wants to breathe. My relationship to my attachment to becoming a mother. Yeah. Yeah. I feel such tenderness here. Ooh. Uh-huh. I notice that one makes me want to like sing a song. Mm-hmm. I'm just closing with the north in any way that feels right. I notice just this quiet bow with my head. And from this door of the north, the earthly silence that borders right on the edge of non earthly silence, we turn up, we face up. You might point your fingers up, you might just tilt your gaze up. You might open the top of your field to sense into the space above you, into the void, into the place that is true, pure silence. True, pure stillness is how I experience the void. I feel this like the God realm, so vast that sound, vibration just gets swallowed. I see this in different colors on different days. And today, for me, it's just this most delicious purpley velvet black. Oh, the void, the space above, the place where everything that goes through the door of the north goes to. Mm, I find deep relief here. Deep, deep relief here. It's just, I feel eternal rest here. My child feels bored. Fuck yes. I just love that. I love that. Yeah, including that, allowing for that. I feel held. Yeah. Ah, just taking another breath here and just letting yourself rest. Rest into the void for a moment. Rest into the nothing. I feel both held and bored. Perfection. Mm-hmm. Yeah, letting everything that's here be here. Another breath. And then as you breathe out, you might just descend down toward the space underneath you, toward the ground, toward the earth herself. If the void is the place where nothing matters, not your money, not your job, not your health, not your body, not your spirituality, the earth, the below, it's where everything matters. Everything matters so fucking much. Oh, the direction here of, oh, just the rawness, the tenderness, desire, disgust, wants, repulsions. The void got really hungry and my heels pinged. Body was like, no, for sure. I got really hungry. I love you guys. This is so good. Being with the earth, I feel my feet just like mud. They just want to shove themselves in about shin deep mud. I feel tired, like I want to go back to bed. Yeah, welcome that. Welcome to that. Me too. um, yeah, just allowing yourself, allowing your field, your system to just be with her. Grounded, full of purpose. I want to dance barefoot. Yeah. Yeah, letting yourself be with her, letting her be with you. Letting this be a moment of relationality between you and the earth. Feel the presence of my cervix come online here at that. And taking another breath with her here, with the earth, with the below, the place where we borrow these bodies from. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for letting us experience this. Thank you for letting us experience this with your borrowed body. Ah, 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 ah. Inspired sense of wonder. Yeah. And then coming right on up to the last direction, that direction inward toward your own heart. And first, I want you to sense into your heart center, your energetic heart, right in the midline, inside the sternum. And just breathing with that, maybe noticing how that energetic heart feels today. Not even today, but right now. I know mine changes moment to moment, or she can. Mine feels super warm after spending this time with you. Like I feel like a radiant heat kicking off, especially the front and the left side of my heart center. You might just track that in the chat once you notice. Yeah, I noticed such an openness, such that warmth on the front and the left sides, and a little bit more coldness or coolness on the back and the right sides of my energetic heart. Beating but numb and distant. All the energy went to my yoni. Gorgeous. Wonderful noticing. And then once you just note and sense and welcome, full welcoming of what's here at your energetic heart today. Feels like my wings are expanding behind me. Oh, That opened up my whole back line all the way up to my throat. It felt really good. Once you tune and welcome, that made me salivate, yeah, to that energetic heart, what I want you to shift towards is your physical heart. Your physical heart. The pumping, bloody, muscular buddy you got in your left chest cavity. And just see if you can notice breath moving, like it's moving through your heart, like your breath is nourishing the actual tissues, the vessels, the blood that's running through your heart. The heart that's seen as a pump in Western medicine, but a literal portal, a vortex in other medicinal traditions. Your physical heart, whose tissues are not straight or longitudinal, but they're spiral. The rhythmic steadiness of it made my entire neck release. Phew. Yeah. So just taking 2 or 3 more breaths here. These breaths just nourishing the heart. Mm. This place of such great fucking mystery. My brother is an electrical engineer. He wrote his final like doctorate paper thingy in college on the electric engineering of the heart. And we were on a climbing trip one time and we smoked a joint in the back of his car. And he was just telling me, parked in this parking lot, looking out at these faces that we'd climbed. He was telling me all about the mechanics of the heart and back and back and back and back and back to the deeper and deeper and deeper pockets of the heart. And he said, yeah, there's these 2 nodes at the top. And what makes the heart beat is these nodes like shock it with a little blast of electricity. And I said, well, what are the nodes connected to? And he said, what do you mean? And I said, well, what are the nodes connected to? Like what's the power source? And he said, they're not connected to anything. It's no one knows where the electricity comes from. And every time I talk about that, I just want to either like laugh or cry. um, you have one of the greatest mysteries inside of your chest. That makes me want to cry and shudder. Yeah. That was such an amazing way to spend my 10 o'clock hour with you all. Thank you so much. I know we didn't get into verbal shares, but thank you so much for your attunement and all of your sharing, all of your practice. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous practice of attuning, of listening, of vulnerability, of openness, of honesty. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to continue to rock with you guys and celebrate with you guys in our thread around where your leader's at. So good to have all 3 of you here. I cannot wait for the next time, and I will talk to you guys all so soon. Mwah. Love you.